Hey Outlaws! Thanks for joining me today for another Berserk theory video. Today's video is part 2, analyzing the critical mistake that Griffith made, which could very well hold the key to his undoing. If you haven't yet watched part 1, the link is in the description section, so you can check out that video as well. In Griffith's critical mistake part 1, we discussed the dynamic duo who did not make an appearance at all in chapter 368. This is none other than two of Guts' most powerful allies, Cherokee and Farnese. The mages who were comforting Casca in the moments right before Griffith swooped in and snatched her away like a cursed hawk grasping his prey. When we last saw Cherokee and Farnese at the end of chapter 367, they had taken a little tumble as the island split apart, but besides hitting the ground with a thud, they appear to be unharmed. As Griffith snatched up Casca, he was well within reach to also strike down Cherokee and Farnese, but chose not to, either because he was too overly fixated on the psychological damage it would do to Guts by abducting Casca, or because he just didn't recognize them as a potential threat. Maybe both. If we look earlier in the manga, though, the absolute importance of Cherokee and Farnese is set up, and Griffith not taking this opportunity to remove them from the picture is a big mistake. Before I get into the clues we're given about the hidden power of these two characters, I want to remind you all to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button if you enjoy what we're doing. We have new content coming out almost every day, including shorts, live streams, Dave training with his very own 48-pound Dragonslayer sword, and also me reviewing the hottest comic book babes. We love talking to all of you in the comments, and we love talking to you on our live streams, so help us to build this community and reach our first goal of 1,000 subscribers by hitting that like button and the subscribe button. Now, why do I say that Cherokee and Farnese are key in destroying Griffith? For this, we need to go back to the events which took place in chapter 360, Cherry Tree Garden. In this chapter, we learn 3 important facts about the important role that these two mages will play as we approach the resolution of the story. After the exciting journey to reach Elf Island, and undertaking and navigating and repairing Casca's fractured psyche, Cherokee and Farnese are welcomed with open arms among the magic community on Elf Island. Lady Danan appears to have taken a special liking to Farnese, often encouraging her and praising her, which I'm sure holds a lot of importance to Farnese since she constantly downplays her contribution to the group. As a sign of how important Farnese's role actually is, Lady Danan gives Farnese a set of her old witch's garb, a beautiful outfit which is woven from cherry blossoms, and marks Farnese's transformation into one of the mages in the group, rather than simply Casca's caretaker. I do believe there is further significance to Farnese receiving her outfit from Lady Danan, and earlier statements about Cherokee receiving her outfit from Flora, both of whom we know have a very deep-rooted connection with Skull Knight and the incidences that played out during the earlier eclipse which marked Void's induction into the God Hand. But that will be a topic for a future video. Cherokee and Farnese are already quite accomplished mages, and their skills are impressive to the formerly trained students in the mages school on Elf Island. When they arrive for initiation, they are asked to demonstrate a skill for the group, and both perform something outside the standard procedures taught to the magical students. Farnese performs a protection spell, which calls upon the 4 cardinal directions, which is a common magical practice, but she does so without the aid of a circle or a staff. Furthermore, not only is she an adult, but she's only been practicing magic for about 3 months. Cherokee herself was even amazed at the strength of Farnese's abilities, when Farnese appeared in the astral plane to pull Cherokee back from the maelstrom of Griffith's energy. Cherokee has also demonstrated that her own skills are highly advanced and contrary to the norm. For her skill demonstration, she merges with a spirit of darkness watching the group from a nearby tree. She again is able to do so without the aid of a magic circle, and demonstrates confidence in her control of a potentially dangerous entity. She explains to the group, standing by in awe of her abilities, that these are the skills they have needed to hone along their journey. That because they've been faced with sudden life and death situations, there is no time to cast circles or carve runes, so the necessary links must just be formed within their mind to accomplish the task at hand. This demonstrates that Cherokee and Farnese have an incredibly heightened ability to adapt their magical skills on the fly to what is needed in the moment. The second point in why Cherokee and Farnese will be so crucial in the upcoming fight against Griffith and the God Hand come from the magical teachings the two show interest in learning after the initiation was completed. We already know that Cherokee has a special skill for attuning with different elemental energies. We see this earlier when she merges with the Lady of the Water, when she merges with the Spirit of the Mud, when she demonstrates her skill for the group in merging with the Spirit of Darkness. And the Archmage, recognizing her ability in this area, proposes that she learn how to communicate with demons. A suggestion which at first seems to slightly intimidate Cherokee, but is further evidence of her highly advanced skills. Since the beings with which Guts fights on a nightly basis, the Apostles, and the God Hand are all part of the demon realm, Cherokee having the ability to mingle minds with these beings will no doubt come in highly useful during their upcoming battles. The ability Farnese asked to learn will most likely be the most important in turning the tides of Guts' struggle. After the successful demonstration of skill, Farnese requests to learn healing magic, specifically the means to mend the soul. The Archmage does agree that this is an important ability for a mage to possess, and at that moment, Lady Danan, who once owned the clothes now being worn by Farnese, appears to say that she is the perfect person to teach such an ability. Healing magic will be an incredibly important asset to Guts' team as he goes up against Griffith and the God Hand, making Farnese perhaps the most crucial ally that he has. With so many other characters in Berserk mentally and emotionally scarred from the events of multiple eclipses, Farnese having the ability to mend souls might very well be the element which can undo all the damage brought about by the essence of evil throughout Berserk. How do you think Cherokee and Farnese will contribute to ending the God Hand? Leave your thoughts in a comment below. And if you haven't watched part 1 of Griffith's critical mistake, check it out now. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe this so that we can get to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We'll see you next time, Outlaws. Bye!